So here's a very interesting car with a very sad history, but I'm kind of glad to see it here and knowing what is going to happen to this car. So as I was walking through the venue and getting to the entrance, thinking about maybe going out to have something to eat, I come up to this car from behind and I notice how the quarter panel is crushed. It caught my eye. The crush of this quarter panel is not from a collision loss with another motor vehicle. And then I started thinking, boy, this car looks like the one that was upside down from the Florida hurricane. And as I walked around the back of the car, sure enough, this is one of the two cars owned by the same gentleman, parked in the same facility, both on 4-post lifts, where the lifts got washed out by the rush of water from Hurricane Ian. And the cars got knocked off the lift, and this one happened to be upside down. So that's September 28th. And wouldn't you know, here we are, just before Thanksgiving in November, and the car is here at the show. Highly doubtful that this car was on schedule to be here originally, but then the loss warrants the car actually being here. So this car is going to be restored by Magnum Auto Restoration. Absolutely fantastic facility, extremely high quality work, and this car will be restored to perfection. That quarter panel is heavily damaged. The door is damaged a bit through this area. Fender is heavily damaged. Hood did not get the worst of it. Nose cone has got a bit of damage. And here's some photographs of the recovery of the vehicle. It was strapped from underneath. You can see the red straps to the rear axle, the yellow straps to the front suspension. Looks like they grabbed a hold of the lower control arms. They used 2 wreckers. Here's one lifting the car off the ground. Here it is fully off the ground, and here it is in progress of being flipped over. They have a second wrecker, and this car just came over gently and with success was put back on the ground without damage. Their cables are covered here. There was, I'm sure, a lot of stress on that rocker panel as the weight of the car was applied. There's the car being towed away. Don't know how far it was towed out of this photograph, and whether it was just across the parking lot and then ultimately on a flatbed, or if it went somewhere just on the back of the wheel lift from that wrecker. But this car made a lot of headlines. Had a Facebook video, actually, the recovery of the vehicle and it being put right side up. There's videos on Facebook. You can watch the entire process. You guys did a really, really good job. This fender on the left front has got quite a bit of damage. This door's got a lot of vertical damage here, but the front section of the door is not so bad. This quarter is nowhere near as bad as the other side. Probably in the video it looks pretty good, but there is a dent there. You can see a split in the paint here. There's another dent here. You have some official Florida sand over there, and you can see that the struts of the wing are intact. Crossbar is not. Got quite a bit of damage there, but it basically tells you how strong the wings are on these cars. They're bolted right through the trunk to the floor. So when that thing was putting down pressure at high speed, it was really doing its job and doing it properly and doing it safely. So this quarter panel, again, got quite a bit of crush on the top, got a lot of distortion and buckling on the side, but it will be restored, and it'll be restored to perfection. Magnum's got a great reputation doing high quality work. They're always a vendor here where their work is being showcased. So expect this car to be back at this show once it is fully restored. Here's a really good shot of the roof. Basically from the midpoint forward, it's crushed. The vinyl roof is ripped and torn. We got some more sand over here by the windshield wiper. Got a good crack in the windshield over here. Another one here, another one goes across over there. Again, this car got swept right off its 4-post lift. I'm sure it filled up with water. You got carpeting that's been removed. Quarter panel trim on both sides has been removed. In the rear, let me peek at the door trim panel over here. Yeah, it's still there. The 2 front door trim panels are still there. The 2 quarter panel trim panels have been removed. The headliner's been removed. And again, the carpeting has been removed. So this car's been dried out. Switches have been disconnected over there. You can see the pistol grip 4-speed shifter. Magnum is going to showcase this restoration through a couple different ways. So let's take a look at the sign so you can all make note of it. You can look at it on their own website. You can look at it on Magnum's Facebook page. And you can check out the Auto Archaeology on YouTube. This will be fun to watch. You can see how a restoration takes place on a car that was not rusted and rotted to begin with. So there you have it, folks. A very famous car that unfortunately got damaged in Hurricane Ian, like many, many, many other cars. And here it is at the show, and arrangements have already been made for it to be restored. So let's take a look at this photograph with a little bit more detail. There's one of the wreckers over there. There's another car in the background that seems to be pretty much destroyed. And this 69 Dodge Daytona is owned by the same owner that owns the Plymouth Superbird. So we had 2 wing cars, both pushed off lifts by floodwaters, and you can see the parking lot's full of sand. Things got wiped out pretty bad. The back window is actually completely out of that Daytona, and I see the left quarter panel is crushed in quite a bit, rear of the wheel. I'm sure that car will be restored to perfection as well. So there it is. Big dollar car, damaged in Hurricane Ian. Gets right into a transport and here to the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals show in Rosemont, Illinois. Ready for restoration once it gets over to Magnum. And we'll expect to see it back here at the show, fully restored.